The birds have left the nest. So we are living in an empty nest with my wife. And my regret is if I was to build up a family again, I would have a bigger family.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd get more than 2 children.
Yeah, even 5. In the same age bracket with Gachagua. When he was in Kenyaka, that's the time I was in Kagumo. It's like that's the time the family planning caught up with many people. See, he came to me when he didn't have a single cow, but he talked of a dream he want to keep dairy cows. So seeing such a farmer today having over 200 cows, I'm proud of that. Emotionally, I knew a family is a unit where you belong. I knew we used to have a chaotic marriage, but I was determined to make it work. And actually, it worked because today, my wife is a friend and a good companion.
Hello, good people. Susie Uledadem, living positively regardless. Doesn't matter the point at which you are in life, but we raw positivity all the way. I trust you're well. Happy belated Valentine. How was your Valentine, guys? Huh? Have you seen my Valentine? Me, I'm this kind of a lady who gets so happy to be treated well. Like, I just love being treated well. Even if you buy me just a lollipop and you're giving it to me with a lot of love, I love it. If you have not watched the video of how my husband surprised me, please go and watch it. What was done for you over the Valentine? Okay, I don't know. But even you, what did you do for your partner over the Valentine? And don't ask me the same question. Yeah, but all the same, we say love starts from within and in ourselves. So you didn't have to wait for anyone to tell you that you are lovely, that you are loved. If they didn't tell you, get it from me. Susie Uledadem loves you so much, and that's why I am here to have a moment of interaction with you guys. And also to bring the message of positivity. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't be spreading positivity. Yeah, so guys, I'll not take too much of your time. I just want, when you see me excited, you always know I have a guest in the house. And so today is one of my beautiful days and the days I love when I have a guest in the house. Before I tell you what it is about our day's discussion with our guest, let me give him an opportunity to just say hi to you and to meet you. Hello, Bwana Timothy.
Good afternoon, Susan.
Afternoon to you.
I love your shows.
Thank you.
I've watched Susie Uledadem in YouTube, and you bring very inspiring guests. I'm honored to be among your guests today.
Wow.
I am Timothy Thiaka. We are in Kapare, a place called Karia. The bigger village is Kekenyi. So we are here. I'm in an empty nest. Me and my wife, we stay alone. The children are away working. So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to our abode.
Wow. Thank you so much. I like the way I'm Susie Uledadem, but I like the way you are even able to pronounce. That means you are a faithful follower. Lazima umeisikia sana mpaka. Yeah, the name Diadem. So thank you so much for being here. And I really, really appreciate the fact that you have given us your time. You have welcomed us in your house and you have given our viewers an opportunity to hear about your life. Yeah. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you too.
You know, guys, when we were in school, we were learning about life developmental stages. When you're born, when you go to high school, to secondary school, and they look so theoretical. learning about them, but today we are about to experience them, like practically. Those like coming from birth, going to primary school, secondary school, getting yourself a career, getting to earn your own money, getting to start your own family, the experience of a marriage, and finally to retirement. That is it about our today's show. We want to just to understand how life is, how life changes from one area to the other. As Timothy gives us his life story, how he has grown, I'm pretty sure that we are going to pick lessons from there, and we are going to apply some of these things in our lives. We will also know what is it that we need to drop in our life, because a man has walked the path, before us, and he is here to give us an experience. So, Timothy, I would just like you to get right into it and maybe just take us to your life growing up to adulthood.
Thank you, Susie. When you are young, and the ages of 5 years, you crave to be an adult.
Mm-hmm.
When you reach there, you crave to be older or maybe richer.
Mm-hmm.
When you reach the age that I am, you try to like praying for time to wait for you, because maybe you have not done this or that, or you drive to live longer and you can see where you are headed. So when you are in company of an older person,
Mm-hmm.
Chinua Achebe said, should not mention dry bones,
Mm-hmm.
because you are reminding them of where they are headed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not very old. I'm only 64 years. 64 years of age. I was born around 1960. I retired from the civil service in 2020. So this is my 5th year since I retired, and hoping to stay a bit longer to tour the world, see more,
Mm-hmm.
and experience more.
Mm-hmm.
So
in life, do we have real stage? I like the way you're putting it. It's true, when you are a toddler, you want to become an adult, you want to become this, you want to get to the other age. Eh? Is there a time in age you want to go back?
yeah, this is now the time you feel like you can straightly go back.
Okay.
Because now this is the time you have seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
You have your own money. Mm-hmm. Nobody is want to spend your money. Mm-hmm. Like when I hand the children and you are earning, mm-hmm. you spend all your money with their education.
Yes.
So this is the time. I wish it was that time, mm-hmm. I'll be having such kind of life, mm-hmm. where you don't have a lot of obligations. Mm. Unfortunately, this is the time hata daktari anakuambia usikunywe chai bila sukari. Mm-hmm. So sijui another time, don't eat meat this way or that way. Mm. You see even some people removing hii skin ya kuku.
Mm-hmm. Ati ni mafuta.
Mm-hmm. So when you are at this stage, the money you have is yours. There are several things umeambiwa na this or that you cannot do. It's very devastating. It's not a very nice life. When I see watu wanakunywa chai na sukari, sure the sukari is not sweet, but you underpaid it. Mm-hmm. So you cannot risk. Mm-hmm. Why don't you want to risk? Because you want to live longer. Mm. You want to stay a little bit longer. Mm. So to put it clearly, yes, kama ningerudi pale, alafu I experience the life I have, I would be very happy.
Uge live to the full blast, like yes. When you feel like I want to go swimming, you just go. Are you telling the youth to live their life like fully?
Yes.
Okay.
Do it, but moderately, but don't deny yourself so much.
Okay.
Again, don't waste yourself so much. Lakini delicate balancing is key.
Okay.
Yes, I was born in 1960, around 27th November. I'm told I was born on a Sunday. Those people who went to church met a kid crying in the house. That was in a place called Idaraini. And we stayed at Idaraini okay, I said being the firstborn, and I come from a family of 7, but at the time we were 4, we migrated to Ndia, a place called Karia. That's where I started school in Gakoigo, and I left Gakoigo 1976, joined the high school in Kagumo High School, where I studied up to Form 6. I left Kagumo in 1982, and later on I joined the Egerton University College to do diploma in dairy technology, after which I joined the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock Development, and I was posted to Narok, and after Narok I was transferred back to my home county, my home district, Kirinyaga, in 1993, and I worked in Kerugoya headquarters. After Kerugoya, I went across all the divisions. That was India. I worked for some time. I went to Moya for some time, then Kishogo, then went back again to Kerugoya, but I retired in Kishogo again. So my last station was in Kenyaga. Yes.
Wow. I would compare then and now and realize that today we have so much exposure of information. So when someone wants to choose a career path, they know where to maybe get knowledge of what actually that thing means, what it entails. Like if I wanted to be a pilot, I'm able to get the details, who is a pilot, what are the qualifications and all that. In your time, what motivated you to the profession that you took?
I've always wanted to do agriculture because my father was an instructor, agriculture instructor, employed by the union. And because he was a strict disciplinarian, and I knew if I go far in education, I'd become his boss. So that motivated me. I wanted to do agriculture because at that time they used to move around in Land Rovers. So I could see myself now supervising my father and punishing a bit because he was a disciplinarian. So that is one that motivated me to go into agriculture. But along the way, piloting hit me, and I wanted to be a pilot. And I remember I applied to East Africa Flying School Soloti, and I was admitted, but I was advised to seek clearance from the Department of Civil Aviation Kenya, which I did. And I don't know why they denied me that chance, because I was being given a scholarship. And today, I still feel there's somebody who went into piloting in exchange of my opportunity. The fee for piloting is high. My father could not afford. I told him, and he told me not unless I was a shamba, the only shamba we had. And that's how I came into agriculture side. I can't regret that I went to agriculture. I've seen people grow through our extension services. Along the way, you have seen even societies creating marketing groups. Like I'm proud of what is called today Cremated soaps, and what it become. At the present, because I still keep track of what they are doing, they are constructing a milk packaging factory. Meaning that's about the climax of my success, I would say. And many other things I've seen around. I still walk around, and farmers, you meet a farmer, you don't know him, lakini yeye anakujua, anakusalimia, anamwambia hunikumbuki. A teacher is known by very many people, lakini yeye hawezi jua kila mwanafunzi. Lakini when you see people greeting you, you are happy.
Okay.
Yeah, you get very satisfied that you touched a life somewhere.
Alive, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you finally become the boss of your dad? Did you achieve your goal?
Unfortunately, my father faced retrenchment before I disciplined him. He faced
He was
retrenched, not in the age of the Moi administration.
Okay.
That was the Kenyatta administration. Maybe because the government was taking over the services of extension services, and he was employed by Kirinyaga District Cooperative Union. That's how he left the job.
Okay.
And went into business.
Okay.
So I never got a chance of working on him.
Okay. So we would generally actually say them days there was not much like you're choosing a career from any option. It's what you are seeing around you. Like now you saw your daddy do that. You had to do that.
Oh yes. There was I didn't like teaching because there were very few career choices that time. Either you become a daktari or a nurse or a mwalimu, and or such like agriculture. Actually, nowadays is a wide span of career to choose from. Yeah. To tell you the truth, Susie, career choices was even a classroom work.
Okay.
You could go and be munaambiwa ile kazi inapatikana. Na si mingi vile.
Okay.
Today nobody tells you because there's technology na kila mtu anafanya kazi yake. Yes. Even content creation, all those things. Those things were not there. And so there were few careers to choose from. Okay. Ukikosa hii, either uangamie ama uende ingine. So okay. That's how it was. So to youngsters today, grab any opportunity. They are there. You cannot... actually, so many people went off the radar because they could not fit anywhere. Okay. Yeah. What does it take to be an agriculturist? Your profession is an agriculturalist. Yes. Okay. Yes. What are the qualifications? What does it take to be in that field? It's science-based. Science-based. You have to be relatively good in mathematics and maybe the other science subjects. Okay. Those ones. You cannot spring from classroom when you go and do agriculture courses when you are doing arts. Okay. Yeah. What are the opportunities that are there? Like what is the work of the day-to-day work of an agriculturalist? Today, you can sleep hungry when you have trained in agriculture courses. Okay. Unless you are self-driven. Those people who do like animal production, unless now you are employed or you do your own work or you join societies working with agriculture, it's like it has slowed down because most companies have their own extension officers. Then drug sellers, agricultural chemicals, they have their own people to train people on how to use such. If it's people who deal with fertilizer, they have their own people to deal with that. So even employment in the government offices and such work ni kama imepungua. So very few people are being absorbed into the government services. So I'm saying you can sleep hungry having done agriculture, not unless you are proactive. You do your own things, you join a company or cooperative there, or you go to a farm, somebody doing big enterprises. Yes. Now tell us about your achievement in your career as an agriculturist. What is it that you feel you really achieved in your career? Talking of my success, that's where I grew up. And I've come to be an adult I am. And what I have, I got it from my career through employment. And also seeing, like I said, seeing people calling you and reminding you of who you are. Again, seeing people doing enterprises which have transitioned to be brand honor to their families. I know one, to pick a few, one Fidesius. He came to me when he didn't have a single cow, but he talked of a dream he want to keep dairy cows, good ones. So we had to do the structures, constructing. So I was the supervisor. We started there. I showed him where to be buying vitu kama hay or fodder, and even how to make silage. I even remember I lost my phone. One time I had camped a whole weekend at his farm trying to teach people how to make silage. It was not common to see a farmer cutting maize when it is fully grown, and you chaff cut it and you make silage. I remember that time we were even almost arrested for cutting some maize which was grown near the road. So people went and told the DC, how can these people be cutting maize when we are starving? And DC had to come, and we were making silage. Tukamwambia vile tunafanya, and he left. That there was misinformation. So seeing such a farmer today having over 200 cows, I'm proud of that. Okay. Not only that one, there was a Marion farm in Gatukura and others in places like Yamutogo and many others. Goats the same. People like Kina Julius Kange, they earn their living. The man retired with without a single cow or a single goat. Today, that's where people come to learn. All the way from Murang'a, Nyeri, are close everywhere. Some have come from as far as Bugoma. So when I meet people like Kange, I'm proud. And there before I say in the Kerema dairy slopes. Kerema slopes and dairy cooperative society. Today, it's buying milk, procuring milk from Rova Kirinyaga. When we started, there was no market for milk. Tulikuwa tunashindwa, when you rear cows, where do you sell your milk? We used to sell in bottles. Like where I am, around where I am, we used to compete for Kabale High School, selling milk to those teachers. At some time, you withdraw giving dairy milk because you don't want your cow to produce a lot of milk. You don't know where to sell. So when you see a structured market that you helped create, that farmers are competing, keeping cows because they have where to sell milk, it's also very motivating. Yeah.
Are you a farmer yourself?
I used to, a dairy farmer. But sometimes when you are in the family, you have to weigh what you want. I could see myself in retirement and the support I was getting from the family, maybe labor or something like that. You employ a herds person to be assisting you in that side of the cows. But he's not your son, he's not your relative. One time he'll leave. If you had really relied on him and he leaves, your enterprises goes down. If again you don't have a family that who are passionate, like you are passionate in that enterprise, you face problems. Sometimes you travel, you can join a social group and you go for maybe a bride price somewhere, to Russia or something. Coming back home, your partner maybe passion yake is not cows. You meet something. So I used to say those people who are at home, the family members, they came after the cows. It's not the cows that came because of them. So personally I had to move out of the cow business because of one, gross margins, and I could see the passion of the people around me. I don't want to go deep in it because it might annoy somebody watching this. But you have to weigh. But one of the things is I like traveling and going for holidays. And this is something I had envisioned that in future I'll be doing that. Now you can imagine you have somebody working in your cowshed na si wenu. Labda ukienda you won't do like you'd have wanted, and you are not there to supervise him. Maybe you don't have such a reliable person. So it means nyumbani utoki. Unakaa tu hapo. I'm not somebody to be timed to a point. That's why maybe I made a decision long time ago that in my retirement I cannot keep a shop. Because I don't like staying in one spot for long. I like mixing and traveling and visiting. Okay. So visiting is the one, not traveling aimlessly. Okay. Yes. Wow.
In your career, Timothy, what are the challenges that you'd say you faced when you're working?
Some of the challenges was when I was working in Narok, there erupted tribal crashes. And the hotbed was actually in a place called Mau East, Enosupukia. Those people who know the story of Enosupukia, people are being evicted from Enosupukia. A lot of Kikuyus had settled there. And me being part of the Kikuyu, they were not seeing me as one of the people who work for them. We were all Kikuyu. Kama mlikuwa askari, they didn't want Kikuyu, anybody. So actually we left in a half. We all ran away. When I reached home, I started canvassing for my transfer. Luckily, the PDRP, Provincial Director of Livestock Production, at that time was from Kirinyaga, somewhere in Kirinyaga, and he was my friend. He assisted me, and I went to Nairobi and got a transfer. But there was a space that I never went back to Narok for 8 months. And during that time, I didn't know where my staff were. I wrote telegrams to confirm whether they arrived. Luckily, they confirmed they were arrived. They were my staff in Enosupukia. Me, I was lucky. I was staying in divisional headquarters in Nairikangare. So I was nearly sacked because the person who took over now from the district boss who was there was Asaburu, somebody who could subscribe to the Masai. So he didn't care. He was wondering why we abandoned the work. And I pleaded my case, and luckily I was given a release letter. So those are some of the challenges I met in my working life. And maybe transport issues. At some point during the Moi era, the government went broke. There was totally no money. You could fuel your bike, motorcycle, or you fuel the vehicles because resources were being demanded and you don't have resources to support. Ilifika wakati mpaka we started praying God that something must be done because we are using our salary to finance the government. So those are some of the challenges, and those are the times we could not get even promotion or salary increases. So actually we operated with that meager salary, and we have reached where we are, not because we were earning a lot, despite the societal expectations. So you had to plan yourself well. Actually, those people who don't have money, I would tell them, be a good planner. Have shopping lists, to-do lists, have them. Yes, those are some of the challenges we were facing at that time. Our salary improved when Kibaki came to power. Our salary was almost doubled. That's the time I could pay fee from my salary.
Okay.
And banks were actually vending. They were coming to us asking whether we wanted loans. And Equity, I would say Equity Bank was my customer.
Okay.
We used to get loans there. Unaingia hapo, in 1 hour you have money, unaingia kwa sacco like that. That's how we educated our children. Yes.
Nice. Now, transitioning from now the young man that you are now into marriage, maybe take us through that.
Yeah, got married in 1991, and my firstborn was born in 1992. Married to one Lucy Wanjira, Jeru. By the way, my name is Jeru. Thiaka is the family name. And I said we have 2 kids.
Yes.
And my first one was born in 1982. They are all grown, and the birds have left the nest. So we are living in an empty nest with my wife. And my regret is, if I was to build up a family again, I would have a bigger family.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd get more than 2 children.
Yeah, even 5.
Why so? Why do you think a larger family would have been better?
Because you would like them to be, when you want to visit, you don't have choices. You are spoiled for choice. You can go to this or that.
Okay.
Now only 2. When one comes today, the other one comes in June. What about the other months?
Okay.
So na watakuwa wanakuja kila siku. So having many bigger family, this is better.
Okay.
Better, I feel so now.
Okay.
That time we were fearing having large families because we were not sure of our future. One, life was very unpredictable. Hujui utatoa this or that wapi. Resources were meager, and not like now. There's a lot you can do around and get some money.
Okay.
Yes.
I had that same comment from our former deputy president. He also regretted that he should have gotten more children. So it becomes lonelier when now they have they have all left home. And
luckily we are in the same age bracket with Gachagua. When he was in Thiaka, that's the time I was in Kagumo. It's like that's the time the family planning caught up with many people. Sijui mashamba inagawanywa, when in a familia kidogo, we were everywhere you went. You only see even posters advising people not to have large families. So our age group, ukiona wengi, wale wako na watoto mingi sana, 3 children.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, guys, you hear the advice. You need to get many children because you may waste this opportunity. Then later in life, you're wishing you had them many. And then, so I think that is a point to pick, that you need to get maybe more than 2, 3, 4 children there, so that later in life, you'll have many of them to be around you. So, we have mentioned retiring many times. Let's get into it. Were you prepared for retirement?
I would say all along, since I was employed, I knew I would retire. I knew I would retire. I knew along the way, or rather I was told by those who are older than me, that I need to join a circle where you save money, then you can get a loan to do 1, 2. That's how we have money to construct even a house. Maybe you fence your shamba. Maybe you buy a car. It's through those circle loans. The circle loans are cheaper. So yes, I would say I was prepared. I knew, 1, it's good to have a home. Number 2, I was praying God. By the time I retire, I was praying that I be having at least mobile, and be mobile, at least a car to earn employment, to earn retirement, and it happened. So I would say that one was my dream. Another one is God assisted me. Those 2 kids, they were at the end of Shule, they finished, they got jobs. That was another prayer. And all along I was calculating, when I'm retiring, I would like my children to have finished the school and maybe to be employed. So emotionally, I knew a family is a unit where you belong. I knew we used to have a chaotic marriage, but I was determined to make it work. And actually, it worked, because today, my wife is a friend and a good companion, a person you exchange with. And I would say we have been with her around now 34 years.
Wow.
And
Wow.
34 is going to 35.
Mm-hmm.
And staying that long, I can only be happy. She's a good cook. She takes care of me when I'm sick. When she's sick, I also do.
Mm-hmm.
And I have all the reasons to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was prepared. I knew I was coming to a family which is waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
I had also told them, now I'm coming home. Whatever I was doing, you may see me falter. It's upon you to see where I'm failing. You come to assist.
Mm-hmm.
Although it has not come to that. Mm-hmm. But especially my wife, I really prepared her for my retirement.
Okay.
We cannot complain. We have something to eat. We have planted the late month's crop in the shamba. Mm-hmm. We realized wrong time that because of our working life, we might not fit very well in the farming in day to day. Mm-hmm. So what we did is to prepare the farm to have those I'm calling resemblance crop, like bananas, plantains, avocados, macadamia, cassava, things that don't require your close attention every day. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. So we are a bit relaxed. Where we are. We can have time to socialize. We move out, we go for holiday, we have gone to Mombasa severally, and other places, even outings. We can decide not to eat in the house and we go and eat outside. So I would say I'm satisfied for what I prepared myself for. One thing, retirement is to reduce the social circles that take you to big spending. That one I managed to do it very well. Gradually, you shift. Well, you sieve yourself, the friends you don't like to be with. And I'm in those circles. Currently, I'm in have events and heavily in social circles. I've got we have retirement group, WhatsApp group, where we exchange ideas. I have a group of men those that you can take you to ceremonies. You have a ceremony at home and you like to invite friends. They come around. We eat and drink and then go back to their places. We have another one of couples. We contribute some money and we go for holidays. Yes, I'm prepared, and towards the end we constructed some rental houses, those called bedsitters, and luckily there is an university nearby, Cremated University. There was the students resided there, and we get some income from them, and we're happy.
Okay.
Yes. So in the farm, we have mama anauza mandizi. Sometimes mtu wa makadamia anakuja. The other time I saw somebody came and bought some mangoes. The mangoes I had planted because I was told when you are growing old, have some fruits somewhere because your grandchildren wakinja wangetaka kukula hiyo. So somebody came and bought the mangoes. And I was very encouraged because me, I never planted mangoes. Niwe nikiuza. Lakini when somebody lives around 6,000, kama huku na mafuta unanunua. Kama mama alikuwa anataka kwenda saluni unampea Otherwise, the money we have is for both of us.
Okay.
Sometimes when I don't have money, I ask for my wife. When she doesn't have money, she asks for myself. That's how we live.
Okay.
Yeah.
So retirement is more invested on social life. This is what you need most,
Yes.
Because of the emotional support, mental, and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Are there things that surprised you that you thought maybe I am well prepared on this, but then upon retirement, you feel like, I should have done better. I should have prepared better on this?
Like I said, that family, and going back, I should have found a bigger family. Maybe I could have faltered here and there. Like one time I went to buy a shamba. I faltered. And I would say that was a misstep because it took me several years repaying that loan, around 3-4 years, to come to terms that I've lost the money. There's nowhere else. You could not save our salary. It was not much, except in the circles where the money is deducted from the source. So that when you want to get loan, you get your friends, they sign for you, then guarantee you, and you get money, you do something. Time came for me to buy a land, and I took a loan. And maybe because I was in a hurry and I want to surprise my father, I can do things without proper guidance. I went through blast. I got an old lady who wanted to sell me land. I didn't know old ladies can also be con men. And I was conned money that time. That was in mid-90s, and 240,000 was a lot of money. They could buy 1.5 acres. I remember the shamba nilikuwa nimeona, it was in Jekas. But at the time when it came to doing due diligence, of course I knew you have to do due diligence. But along the way, I was still young. She maneuvered me, akanipeleka kwa a land agent. We tukaandikania agreement, gave her all the money because the shamba will just be transferred to my name. But 1 year later, I realized I could not even have that land because somebody had illegally succeeded that shamba. A neighbor had succeeded na akapata title illegally. So that's how I lost 240. I could not sue the lady because she had no other property. And it would be time consuming, and I could see it would delay the other development. I had taken loan, I was repaying. So I didn't want to pursue the case.
Okay.
And at one time I was nearly arrested because tempers caught up with me and I slapped the lady in town. And they thought I was beating my mother. It was that con lady. Anyway, ilikuwa mguu niponye.
You ran away.
That's how I abandoned the land, the project. So my father, after realizing what I've done, and he came to know about it, akaniuliza, why did you want to buy land? Kumwambia, I wanted to shift to my family because now nikikungojea uzeeke and I'm the firstborn, I have a wrong weight.
Yeah.
So 1980 I constructed a house, tukahamia 1999. That's how we settled where we are.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So some of the mistake we do as young people is thinking we know too much. And we want to surprise the elder. Like, my dad ni mzee. So I'll surprise him of how I can do.
Ask the necessary questions, and utaambiwa hata kama see your father, you can ask somebody who has excelled. Now you'll be read.
Okay.
You'll be read on what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's nothing I would have done better because God was with me. I would say I made the right choices.
Okay.
Like I said before, if some of my friends would divorced along the way, I dropped them, not because of anything, but I never wanted to entangle myself in broken families, because what would such a husband be telling you? What would you be discussing with him? Maybe you'll be talking about weaknesses of women. And I don't want to aggravate the problems I have maybe with my wife. I start disorganizing myself.
Yeah.
So I chose friends wisely. That one I can say. And it is God who took me through that path. Why am I saying this? When I was growing up, I saying that I was the firstborn.
Yeah.
And I could be enticed by so many people and wrong friends because they want, to me, I want them to get information or to get as much as I can so that I would tell my siblings about such things.
Yeah.
And to strengthen my leadership skill now that I'm the firstborn.
Yeah, the firstborn.
So you'd go and meet, you become friends with the baggy smokers. You smoke bang for some time. Mpaka unajiuliza, is this what I want? Such a friend, you drop him like a hot potato slowly. Unaenda mnakunywa pombe. Unaona, see, this is not the kind of life I was meant for. Like that. So God led me. And in fact, when I say I got saved, I tell people, you don't know what I got saved from. Ni Mungu kuniondoa kwa marafiki mbaya. Bangi. Hakuna dhambi sijafanya dunia hii. Okay. I would confess. Lakini I was able to run away from it very quickly. So hiyo kipawa ni ya Mungu hiyo. Okay. Na ni kama alinipenda before hata nimjue.
Yeah. You'd say you are a Saul converted to a Paul. You have walked the path of darkness and then he
not
pulled
really.
you to light.
Paul was another one.
This
was Akira. I've never gone too far into something bad without retreating. Okay. So every time I would indulge myself, then I retreat in a jury. Nasikuwa mokofu that time. So I kept on running back to the path. Okay. Maybe my parents were good. They introduced us to Sunday school.
Now someone watching there, and maybe we are yet to get into that age. And you, of course, you have told us one of the things is that you created healthy relationships and not just any other friend. What are other tips or secrets you think that maybe these are the things that if you do them, they're going to mess you to your retirement, that maybe you'll have regret, or these are the things if you do them, they will help you when it comes to your time of retirement?
One is to know your weaknesses. Take time, be calling yourself to a meeting, meditate and know your weaknesses. Like I would say, I'm an impulse buyer. Lakini, how do you curtail yourself from spending too much? Maybe joining a circle where money is deducted from the source. You know you don't have access to that money at that time. But when you keep money around you and you are impulse buyer, you spend a lot. You can, even by the end of the month, you can even buy 5 kilos of meat for the family, which they don't need. So it's good to know your weaknesses and start planning early. Structure your life. See yourself at 60 when you retire. Deduct what you have that comes from your employment and see who you are. If you don't have any investment or a side hustle, know that you are headed to doom. Because there is one time a salary will stop. You have not invested in your family. I've seen people divorcing at retirement. Not one, not 3, many. And this is the wrong age to be starting a family, surely. And if you are doing that, maybe you are headed to doom. So invest in your family. Have something assigned hustle, whatever it is. I've even been a broker of something. I don't want to talk much about this as a side hustle. You see somebody selling a car and send wants to buy a car. And in between, there's like a commission. That's also a side hustle, though I never went too much into it. I've never wanted to have something like absorbs me too much that I cannot be at home at a certain time. Even kwa TV, kuna programs I don't watch. I only go to programs that takes me back home. Like ile inaanza 7:30 in the evening. That one, I make sure I follow it such that wherever I will be, I'll be running home. So that time I won't have quarrel with my family that I was late out there. But hizi zingine sijali. See, I'm already home. Things like that. You have to know your weaknesses and how to work around them. Yes.
Wow. So we learn about you have to have the culture of saving, you have to have the culture of keeping the right company, and also you have to be disciplined to know your weaknesses and how to control them.
Yes.
Wow, we are learning on how we will retire well.
Yeah. And
now,
also maybe, I didn't say, you have, church is one big social pillar. You have to have at least church where you go for that nurturing. Maybe not so much also for you, even for your family. You are the vision carrier of your family. Like now, my wife was a Catholic. And when we got married, she continued going to Catholic. Like I said, that we were staying in somewhere in Kerugoya. So I was wondering, how will she stop going to the Catholic? So I went and bought hymn books, and I would sit there and start blasting hymn, the ones we used to sing in the church. Kumbe yeye alikuwa anasikia mzee ingine ati kwao alikuwa anaimba when working in the farm nyimbo za Kianglikana na alikuwa anapenda. So akaniuliza, kwani hizo songs are being written there, tuimbe things like that. Na sasa hiyo kitabu unaandika jina yake na unanunua yako unaandika yako. So hiyo akaona akienda kanisa atajua kuomba because there is that prayer book like that. So you have to lead your family. And I was saying towards the church.
Okay.
Introduce them kama ni watoto. Na church itakusaidia disciplining them. Hata kama ni wife, hata kama ni watoto. Unajua mtu anaweza toka unjui alienda wapi. So akinja, unaanza kumkuoro. Lakini kama unajua alikuwa kanisa, this no kuoro. You start talking, it was this or that. Hata kama hutaki kusikiza, anakuambia tu. And you are happy. She belongs there. And that's where she was. Not anywhere mahali unjui. Unaanza kupikana, sitaki mwende na fulani that. Yeah. Because you yourself, you found out to read.
Okay.
So it's going to invest in the family.
Okay.
And the church also. Thank you.
Because you have mentioned about marriage and you have been in it for, you said 35 years, where more than 30 years. And you said you hate divorce. So I'm imagining it's with the same woman that you married that you have been with all through these years. And you have said it, you have mentioned it at a time that we have so much that is happening, especially in a family setup and in marriages. Maybe you'd tell us what you feel like we are doing it differently than the way you people have been doing it over the years.
I think it's exposure we are having. And I go back to the man again. He's a vision carrier. Today, in Islam, they say, you are the one who get married, who gets a wife. And the wife is supposed to be submissive.
Yes.
So you are the breadwinner of that family. Before you go to your wife's earnings, it is you to provide for the family. Your wife can only assist you akiona ile project mnafanya. I've never been in their hakiri, lakini naona a wife akijiona akiwa peke yake anajua hii mali yote ni yetu, hata akiwa hayuko ni yetu. Lakini if your wife sees you as a hopeless person, you will never be able to contain him utamwambia tutaenda hii kanisa, ataenda yake. Si ati anataka kwenda yake, anataka kwenda freedom, associate na ile friends, anataka vitu kama hiyo. Akienda north, west, wemeenda south. So such a wife is running away from you. You are only in the house because of the society. Ati I'm married to so and so. Lakini in the house you are, hiyo ndoa ni kama ilivunjika. So I will tell our youngsters to be careful and try to earn something. Na kukunywa iwachwe na social media. Don't compare yourself so much with social media. Sometimes my wife laughs at me. Mwambia, unajua ninakumbuka mimi I'm a poor man. Nikienda kwa barabara ninaona Prado imenipita, vitu kama hiyo. Lakini around here I'm a very proud person. He can tell you. The mchungaji can tell you. I masquerade as somebody who has a lot. That's how I live. Because I've learned to be contented with the little I have. Yeah. So I would urge even those other people. Stay your level. Don't overdo things. Yes.
When one gets to the age of retirement, what are do people have future plans? What are the future plans? What do they say? What do you see? What do you start planning about?
Well, in the Bible, we are told to know our times. It's good to know also your time. Now, jiulize, if you are retiring at 60 and Mungu akutumikie uishi kama 90 years, see yourself at 90 years. Now, jiulize, how will I be at 90? Utakuwa unaanikwa kama nguo, unarudishwa. Uko na kitu ya kukula, you must prepare for that. Where will you be getting your money for maybe drugs or your small ailments? Who will be visiting you? You know, people nowadays are even dying in their houses. And I would say it's good to prepare well and to know your times. Prepare your family. Tell them what to expect. Go to your passion. What you would like to have or to be doing around that time. And maybe a day of a returned person can be devastating. Hata unauliza kutakuwa usiku lini ukalale. Na kukiwa usiku unaamuka ujiulize kwa nini kunakuwa mchana na sina mahali ya kwenda. But it's going to prepare. Now socially, if you have invested well socially, one time you'll be invited to be in a certain body somewhere. Shule. When you are there, you are discussing you meet once in a term of three months. In a year, you meet around 3 or 4 times. Lakini you'll be exchanging ideas with others who don't belong to your circles. Mutaangiri. Yeah. It's also good to sell yourself of what you know. I've been on social media, Facebook. I comment a lot. I update a lot. I expose something I've not seen my family complain, but I think I'm overdoing it to somebody out there. But what I'm trying to do is creating a bigger circle of friends, such that when I want to sell plantains, mkono tembo, and I post it there, you can be sure it's being read by so many people. Hata wengine they are outside the county. Wengine wananiambia nikatie. When others are selling their mkono tembo at kutus at 40 shillings per kilo, I'm selling mine at 100. Huyo ni mwingine kama mimi. Hataki kwenda kutangatanga huko kwa soko. Nataka apelekewe delivery. I also have bees. I harvest honey, sometimes a lot, even to the tune of 90 kilos. That one going for 100 kilos, that is 90,000. Now, when you are selling such a honey, you know people are buying in kilos. You require as many people as possible.
Yeah.
That's why there's
The social media.
Social media. You expose yourself first. They know you. When you post something there, wengine wanakuja wananua in bulk na wanaenda naye.
Okay.
So you have to know your life, what you are handed and how you do it.
Okay.
I know people out there, others, unaniambia na Thiaka is overdoing things. Yes, I do it for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because today we use social media not only for entertainment but also now to create networks, and that's where you get markets for your things. You have mentioned about now heading to 80s. That is when now maybe not really sickly, but the body grows weaker, and you are a parent. Would you wish to have this idea of having a home for the elderly? Would you embrace such an idea?
Okay, before you reach there, because a time will come, and life is like a train where yourself, we bonded at different times, me and my wife and the children, along different stations. So along the way, maybe I will not be there, or the other partner is not there, and you are left alone. Yes, I embrace that idea of home for the aged. Because I don't see my children coming ati wakae hapa. Kasi yao inaonekana iko Nairobi. Me, I can even take myself to the home for the aged. One time I visited that place and I met watu kama the same age. And there was a mzee there trying to play a guitar. Another old lady there alikuwa na singing along. Instead of hanging around in an empty house. You know, there's some age where hata ukiandikiwa mtu unaona ni kama nakutesa, hata anaweza kukuchapa. So yes, why don't we have many home for the aged around?
Okay.
With the modern families, hii setup haitufai. Tutawachwa, utakufia kwa nyumba. Around where I am, now yesterday was the third case. Mtu amekuja kwa nyumba na wale wako around hawajui. Wanajua after 3-4 days. Yeah. Why, kwa nini ukufia kwa nyumba shwari?
Wow. Okay.
Hata kama your family now, kama wewe hulipi, ama ile pesa inatoka kwa shamba yako inalipa for your stay there. Okay. You can even tell them, if you don't have a cooperative family, unaenda unaambia home for the aged, mkienda kwangu, mnaweza farm mahindi. Na vitu muna harvest, munalete hapa tukule. Yeah.
Talking of even bringing strangers in your home when you're elder, do you think there's the right time for maybe someone to do a will?
Yeah, yes, I will. I will, yes. Okay, I saying that foreseeing what might happen to a broken family where you are alone. But if you have a close and knit family, it's always good to organize yourself. It's not every time that the things you do that everybody knows. I want to take you like, I talked of some hostels. It's only me who knows who stays there, how we rotate. It's good to keep very good records, knowing that there might come a time when you are not there. Do you know those people can stay for a year without paying? Because you don't have good records. Nobody knows how it works. When they pay, they can even say they paid for a year. So keep good records, and those forms the basis of doing a will. And start exposing your families, even without knowing. Now, you keep your papers nicely. That is one thing. The other thing is going to a lawyer and actually doing a real will. There are those immovable assets you like to guide how they will be subdivided. That one I have done. Wanajua tu where to go. They will go and sort that lawyer. And you choose your lawyer nicely. The one you know, keep following you. Anakufollow, akiona obituary, umekufa, anajua huyu ni Thiaka and I cannot misses Masakaya, the vigil. So, atakufuata. You can go and craft a lawyer in Nyeri na hakujui. Anjui ulikufa lini. Anjui nobody to report to him that you died. A family haijui. I know of a person, sorry to say this, labda akiona hii atajua ni yeye tu, lakini it worked that the husband passed on, na akaniambia when my husband was talking to me about your friendship, you and him, aliniambia wewe umeweka uko na will, umeandika will, and sasa he's gone na hatujui kama yeye aliwacha will. Nikamwambia anjaweka. He used to tell me anjaweka will. So you see now that releases the family to do what they want. So why die without a will?
Okay.
God has given you all this life. At some point you keep updating your will. Kwa sababu sasa hiyo will nimeandika, nikipata some property, si naenda naitisha, ninaandika ingine, ninaongeza hiyo. Narudisha.
Okay.
Kitu kama hiyo.
How did you overcome the fear of when I do a will and my family knows that there is a will, they may crave for me to die so that I leave them with the property?
Kukufa utakufa siku moja.
Okay.
Kukufa tutakufa siku moja, and you should not fear death. To answer, like now I've given myself, if God takes me up to, kama nitakufa through age, at least ningeuliza Mwenyezi, nikifika 90 afikirie hapo. Sasa nisiwe around, because nitaanza kusumbuka watu. At 90 you are losing memory, you are pains, that.
You wish to live up to 90?
At least. So I've given myself 24. The nearest home for the aged is Sagana.
Okay.
Staki nijiperenge huko, because I can take myself to such a home. Na niende painless death.
Wow. Hey, beautiful guys. Have you ever had someone who is planning? Although I also have my time, I also pray God that this is the time I would want to die. Would you say you are afraid of death? Are you prepared for death?
Any eventuality.
Okay.
Any eventuality. And even if I go right now, I know my family knows what to get, what to check where.
Okay.
Recording, like that. They know there is a will, they don't know where it is. They don't get it. In one of my papers there, they can't miss. Thank you.
You talk of death with so much boldness. Have you maybe prepared for it? How have you prepared for death?
One, and don't fear death. People talk of kuna mrogi fulani. You would see people avoiding him. Me, I would just go there and greet him and talk with him and becomes my friend, because I learned very early. One day, utakufa. It is those other people who you left who you care, but you don't care. You are wrong dead. So I only pray God. I don't die a painful death. I fear pain, and should I die? I also wonder why people keep the body in the mortuary for many days. Maybe when it started, it is to allow the family members to organize themselves and very quickly.
Yeah.
But
and those who are from far to come.
But over the ages, it is like it's coming. Even those people who don't have anybody outside want to keep you for a week. Why should the body be preserved in a refrigerator and it's supposed to be rotting? So me, I believe in quick disposal of dead bodies. And to somebody who is watching there, I also wonder why we take corpses to churches. we pray. The bond is still there. Sometimes we used to buy even perfumes because the bond is rotting anyway. Please let's stop that habit. Let the bond remain. Let it be buried quickly. And to talk the truth, I support cremation. I personally, when I die, I would like to be cremated. I've gone to find out how somebody is cremated. I was advised I have to have a letter in form of like a will of how your body is disposed. And that letter should be handwritten and taken when you die. After the family gets a burial permit, they take it to the police together with that letter to be around to be cremated. I've sourced where cremation is done, and family members know my choice. I've appointed you execute that. Don't expect me to be in a mortuary for so many days.
No way.
But you can hold a memorial even when I'm not there. The bonding, that's in any case, even when the casket is there, you place the photograph. You can still place the photographs and the flowers, and you hold the memorial. Let me be gone. Don't keep me for more than 2 days. It's not
Wait
worth
a
it.
minute. You've even researched where and what is supposed to be done.
Kapsa.
And done the letter. You've actually even done the letter.
I've done the letter and a copy given to the person I appointed. He even knows where to find the original.
And in Kikuyu, when our king goes, we have to mourn you for 7 days before we bury you. You don't want people to mourn for 7 days.
I took time with my grandfather, and he was my best friend. We used to go to church together. He is my godparent. He is the one who was there when I was being baptized. I inherited his name. And one thing he told me, when he was born, people are not being married. They were not being buried. They were being thrown away. When you are at the point of death, na kila mtu anaona you are going to die, it is agreed about those people who are around. Mondo ne witonangai. You are taken to the bush. To the bush to do what? To be eaten by hyenas or any cannibal. So people are not being buried. The habit of saying Kikuyu culture, it's not there. People are being thrown away.
Wow.
It is around the 1940s when people started being buried, actually digging a hole and putting somebody there. So these are the ceremonies to menjiwekea hii ni yetu hii. So
you feel your body should not go to church? Your body should not go to the morgue?
I'm not hearing anything. Why should I go there?
And your body should not go under the avocado trees. Like in your land, like there's nowhere even your grandchildren will be saying this is where we buried our grandpa.
Well, the shambas are becoming smaller.
Okay.
There's this habit of people saying they worry you, ile kaunjinga wanasema wacha we cement the grave. That should not be there. If everybody who started living in this earth is being cemented, tutakuwa tunalima wapi? The best thing is not to have that burial site. You won't be cremated. Everything is gone. You free the earth. Let people enjoy the fruits of the earth. And the plant where they can plant. Everybody want to preserve the burial site. For what? People have even made enemies out of this. Sinjui ulilima shamba ya ulilima burial site ya baba yangu, you start quarreling, kuambia sijui utaona, sijui things like that.
Wow.
So cremation is the way.
Wow.
I invite everybody to believe in cremation. It is also the cleanest way on disposing that body. Okay. Before it starts rotting. Imagine somebody had a TB. And you are keeping the corpse in the mortuary. Hujui kama utashika those TB bacteria. Why are we keeping dead bodies? And people are making business out of those corpses by building funeral homes.
You're not even giving us time to come and contribute towards your funeral.
No, there should not be any contribution. if you belong to circle, most circles there now have the burial last expense. Like mine, we'll give the family 100,000. Do they need more than that for cremation? Cremation is only 20,000. Hata watawachwa na ingine. Maybe transport money, siyo ni kitu kama 3,000-4,000. So free the family from those rigors.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, for me, I'm amazed because, well, I know there are people who leave such wills, but I'm yet to interact with the one who is so bold. And remember, he's not sickly, and he's talking of it that way. He has done his research. Am it because you are once an agriculturist, always one? You don't want even in your death to iyo kashaba. You want people to still maybe cultivate. You don't want it to be lost?
Susan, not exactly. I question very many things.
Okay.
If I say them here, I'll destroy the fabric, the social fabric. But I still, anything, I question myself. I question why we are doing this.
Okay.
That's why maybe at some point, I wanted to exit the church leadership. Because hiyo maswali ninajiuliza, sitaki niwe ninasumbua vika. Tutasumbua na bure. So let me be there. I believe in God. Let us pray, and we pray and we go home. Okay. Nikianza kujiuliza maswali, it will be devastating.
Okay.
But lakini I question everything. Okay. Even the food I eat, why should I eat this? What does it have? Things like that. Okay. Yes.
But you don't have like a curse that if you die and we decide otherwise, we will get cursed?
No. About death, I have to be cremated. It's like it's cast on stone.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. And it will be on the second day. So whoever is here knows. You walk slowly, but that day you utakimbia. Looking for burial permit, telling your children your father is dead, and tomorrow you must be cremated.
Oh my.
So you wanategea. They know they have to keep in touch.
They run.
They always keep in touch. When I go to hospital, wanataka kujua niko namna gani.
Otherwise, they may be surprised. We are done.
And they have to run.
Wow. Hey, okay. I think it's good to have organize your life. Tim, you look like your life, you have lived your life so well organized from your childhood. You even know you had prepared yourself for retirement, and you have prepared yourself even psychologically that you can go to the home of the elderly. And now again, you can go, I mean.
Yeah. Now, Susan, in our lives at one time or the other, do you know you can find yourself alone through an act of God, and you are in that age. Nobody wants to be associated with you. In other society, you are called a murogi, a witch, and you cannot take even yourself to the toilet. What will you be doing in your house alone? You mess that house until nobody wants to come inside. That's why you are supposed to be rainbow the witch. I'm encouraging the government or other societies or anybody will create a lot of elderly homes, home for the aged. Okay. In the future, that's the way to go. Okay. One time I visited a home for elderly in Sakana, and I was very encouraged. I saw myself in that age. There was a mzee there playing a guitar. He could not walk, but he can play a guitar. And another old woman is sitting somewhere singing along. Those people are happier than person who is languishing alone in the house. Yeah. So I encourage you can even take yourself when you see kabisa, there is no way out. Na umeanza kulemewa, jipeleke huko. Okay. You can even give them a portion of your land. Uambie muwe munatoa chakula hapa, muna harvest, munalete, munalima.
Now, as we come to the end of this show, I'll give our guest an opportunity. You look at the camera and advise that young person who is there and watching you of now they are preparing and you're already there. They are preparing for retirement and you're already there. As we come to an end, even as you tell us, do you have any good memory of your life that you feel, I used to do this, but now today, because of maybe age, I may not be able to do that?
Yes, I love music and I love dancing, and I can tell you I'm a good dancer. I want to mix with the other boys, small boys, and you don't want to expose yourself to such people and people who are cocooned. Maybe they will mistake seeing you there, like she can dance even when you are not there, things like that. You would like to go somewhere where there are your age mates. Such places ni kama hakuna siku hizi. So kitu kama hiyo, I miss the dancing and the good music. Yes.
Okay. You speak to a young person there.
To a young person, the youngsters. You are now my children. I will tell you, have a saving culture. Those who belong to departments that have circles, please have circles. Enter a circle.
What a moment, what a session that we have had. I hope you have learned from our guest of the day, and now at least we are wise enough on how to work towards our retirement, because it may look like it is way too far, it is not coming, but the truth is it will come one time, and probably by then it will be too late to start saving. So I think for me, I've taken so much lessons, and especially about saving, about friendship.
Okay. I spread them in the morning because I don't want them to come ikibeba magonjwa. So I spread the copper and insecticide na folia, yes. So these are for gapping the dry ones in the shamba. Nimesema hii ni nyumba ya kuku, but haina kuku. We are planning to get cages. You know cages? Ndio tuone kama ita handle as many as we can. There is a nyumba ya chini na up there is another entrance. Yeah, it's a storied one. It's a storied one. Okay. And I've estimated if I buy around 8 cages. Hii ya chini they will fit 4 cages, and up there another 4 cages. So in the whole house I can handle around 1,200. So I've not managed. My cousin is in works in clearing and forwarding, and he's going to China soon. So we agreed he will source for me from China, because the local ones, because they are not popular here. They are very costly here. But in China, I believe they are cheap. Okay. So after we put there, mama will stock the chicken. Anataka kuwa alias person, mtu wa mayai. Okay. When she retires in May. Yes. Oh, this is my Ngasepo. Okay. Wow. When I constructed, I said hatukuwa tunalipwa pesa mingi. I could not construct a big house to accommodate all the activities. Now as you age, you need somewhere where you can relax with your people. Some things can be talked here, some things can be talked inside. Sometimes what people come visiting, you have your daughter-in-law, you would like them to talk with your wife there. You bring your son here, mnaongea. So this is my gospel. This is where I relax. Okay. Sometimes I bring a radio there, a player, music. It has lighting. Even at night we can meet there.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So when we settled here in 1998, my brother could not settle. Why he could not settle is because he was not sharing what I was seeing. There was no tarmac road. There was no water. Nothing. This was like a barren land. Huko ni kwa chief. There were no trees. Even neighbors were not planting trees. I don't know why. It's like sisemi ni mimi niliwaonyesha, lakini I was seeing like ukifanya kitu hapa mtu anakuona akiwa kwa chief. If at this shamba there were no trees, why not neighbors? So it's like we grew together with the neighborhood. So currently I came here and dug a borehole. That's why we are sourcing our water. Tulikuwa na tukaweka pump, tulikuwa tunaweka switch na nikaweka kwa nyumba. You could see now that was my dream, having living like somebody who is in town. So alafu tukapata faro. You remember that faro which was here, lakini tukaiweka kwa miferenji, alafu tukaingiza maji tukaleta kwa nyumba. So this is water harvesting from the roof. We can harvest from the roof and I can also get from hiyo ya mfereji. Ingine imepitia huko. Ukiangalia kwa hiyo tank nilikuwa nimeweka mfereji kubwa because I was imagining nikiretire I will be getting water from here kuirrigate huko. Yeah. So hii pipe kubwa hii ilikuwa ya kutoa maji ya irrigation. This one. So you asked about how you prepare. That's how I was.
Those are some of the preparations that you're making.
Yeah. I mean, ukienda pahali unakuta kitu different. So nikaona hii italete chaos in the family. These are dairy goats. Like sometimes I keep myself busy there. I was sinakaa tu hasizani. Alafu sinakaa tu singine sinakufa. They have a lot of diseases. Dopa sheep. Dopa sheep, yes. Ile iko na kichwa ya black. These are multi-story gardens. And sometimes we get vegetables from there.
I love this kind of creativity. Yeah. You don't have to have acres and acres of land for you to have a good farm and a productive one. I love the creativity in that.
I talked of recent month's crop. Yes. Moja ni bananas. Hii ni shamba ya bananas. When we are planting these bananas, I was listening with the madam. Nikamuuliza sasa, ukipanda mahindi hapa, utaharvest mahindi gunia kama ngapi? Anauza, sometimes she gets 5,000, 3,000, 6. Na saa ingine naweza kuwa sina mafuta, ananiwekea kwa gari. Ama nafanya mambo yake.
The season of mangoes, eh?
Yeah, mangoes. This is where I was saying these four plants of mangoes. People came here and harvested and left me with 6,000.
Now, 4 of them.
Yeah, this one and that one and yeah, four of them.
And how many years does it take for you to have? I'm already now doing the calculations.
Just 3 years. They start.
3 years.
They start flowering, and intermingled with the plantains. These are now the plantains. The mkono tembo. These are very good. Have you eaten them? The mkono tembo. Tembo. Bananas. Plantains.
Banana. I hear of them. I've not eaten them.
You pre-ripe them when they are fully grown. You pre-ripe them, then you fry them. You can boil them. You can roast them. They taste like a cake.
Probably I've eaten them in the hotels, but
yes.
Not me cooking at home.
This
when you ask for
this is Mama's kitchen garden. Okay. That's where we get our green. Yeah. So I want to convert the whole farm into avocado farm. Okay. In the future. Okay. So I've started. You have seen them stacked there. Yes.
Why avocado not mango?
Mangoes didn't have market. In fact, it is this time nasikia ati inanunuliwa, and I think inanunuliwa Murang'a. Na hizo company za Kang'ata to keep their factories running. Yeah. Because they also have mangoes, lakini they don't have enough. So all these are plantains now. Okay. I sell them. And you know a kilo goes for 100 shillings. Sometimes I contract myself with stout. Stout buys from me.
Okay.
Ninaipeleka huko wananinulia.
Wow.
The other week I took 64 kilos. That was 6,400.
So actually for plantain they have specific type that you know me, I thought it's any banana that can make a plantain anyway.
No,
When
these are now the plantains. Mukono tembo.
Okay.
They are different variety. Kuna zingine zinatoa lesser bunches, na zingine zinatoa mrefu kama ile huko.
Wow.
You're talking of this one, eh?
Yes. This one.
Honey, can you see this?
I know I've eaten them in hotels, but personally I didn't know.
And that one there.
You refine
They also, maybe we can go and see a better one.
Now I know this one. Yes. This
So
one
I wanted you to see this because it is coming out nicely.
Yeah, this one I have seen.
So there are very many companies who are buying mangoes.
Mangoes.
I mean the avocados. The avocados.
Mangoes, you're benefiting from Muranga. What the Muranga team is doing.
I think so. I don't know where those agents are taking them, but I want to believe it's Muranga. Have you taken this one, Annie?
There's the one that
So when they are fully grown, all of them, I know I'll be earning close to 20-something of a million.
Are you farming this one?
Yeah, these are macadamia.
You're farming them?
Yes, they are there. You see them.
Where do you get manure from?
Yangu ya mbuzi, ingine kununua, na hii ingine ni coffee husks. Makoromaka huwa.
Okay.
Ni mzuri. Alafu
na hiyo husk unatoa kwa factory eh?
Yeah, natoa kwa factory. Naambia mtu akuletee. That's why I have.
They don't attack.
They can.
Na waona nje.
They can attack. But I pray.
And where are we here?
And
where are we here?
and the oil you applied in the morning.
No,
we can kill you from the side. Let's go up. They have started being. They have started being very hostile, and especially now that it is bright season. Unajua wanatoka wakienda kutafuta maji na singewekea maji pale. So unaona tu niko na abando hapo kando. These are the macadamias. Recently we harvested around 100 kilos.
100 kilos?
Yeah, I was selling at 90. Sini hii tu. Unaplaki hii tu.
Na huko juu unapanda unaplaki.
Kuna tumutu inakuja wao wananunua, wanakuja wanakuambia wananunua at 100 kilos. Lakini waki harvest na kuprepare wanatoa 10 shillings.
Did you say?
And this place, when I was working, I used to have eucalyptus trees. And I used to sell to Kenya Power. Na fire the factory to the schools around. Because like I said, I used to be a board member. I used to sell fire to them. So nikaondoa, I have planted the avocados again. So next season, this one will be in full bloom. Ingine tunakula, ingine tunauza. At our place, having brand, unaona kama tunakula kitu mbaya. Tunakula either those plantains. Mama knows how to prepare them. She either boils, or roasts, or deep fry, or shallow fry. Hiyo ingine tunakula ni cassava. Yeah, those two. Mambo ya kukula mikate tunaona kama ni kitu foreign. Watoto wakija wanakuja na mikate wanakula peke yao. When I came, there was a lot of petty thieves. Watu walikuwa na harvest makadamia wanaenda nauza. So I invested in the security. You can see how I fenced. Unaona hiyo waya? Ni kama ya prison. Ile vikingi, I got them from Sakana. Kule kwa Kionjori. So na ni pesa mingi, nilikula karibu 180,000. Wire, limber, everything. That time.
Living culture and avoiding bad company. Have you subscribed to our channel? If you haven't subscribed, kindly do so, and you will be doing justice to me because you'll just be supporting my growth. So if you have not subscribed, kindly choose to do so. If you're watching this video and you have not watched other content, kindly, we have a lot that we have already aired, so you can go back and see what other things that we have. But for now, bye.